Pratt stars in a futuristic crime drama called Mercy, which is in cinemas across the UK right now. I've seen it. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to another video, a brand new movie review. Today I'm talking all about the new movie starring Chris Pratt called Mercy. It's in cinemas across the UK right now. I've been to see it. Before we start talking about it, as always, a friendly reminder, these are just my thoughts, so don't let this dictate whether or not you decide to go and see it. You might see it, feel totally differently to me, that's okay. Movies aren't made to cater for everyone. Without any further ado, let's start talking about this movie. And I went into this film pretty blind. I saw the trailer a couple of times, and I was really looking forward to it. I went to see two films last night. I saw The History of Sound first, and then I saw Mercy. And The History of Sound wasn't that great, let's put it that way. You'll hear my full thoughts on that in a separate movie review, but it wasn't that great, and I was bored out of my mind. And then I went to go and see Mercy, and I was like, because I was so bored, I was falling asleep, I was tired, I was like, oh, I'm just not going to be able to pay attention to this film. But when I tell you, I was hooked from start to finish with this film, and I've heard a lot of bad reviews for this film, and personally I can't see a reason for that. And I do believe often when people are giving things bad reviews, they're looking into movies far too much, because this is just, if you're just sitting here and enjoying this movie for what it is, then you're gonna have a decent enough time with it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's done in real time, 90 minutes. So it's got just over a 90-minute runtime. But I think what I really enjoyed about this film was the fact that they introduced the premise of the movie. So what this movie is going to be about, the mercy, justice system that this film is revolved around. They introduced it at the start of the film, but by also starting the story. Like, it was quite seamless how they did it. And I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, but I clocked it straight away and thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's, I don't know whether that amplifies my experience, but I really did like that. And I'm going to contradict all of the reviews that I've heard. I've seen Chris Pratt in quite a bit. Admittedly, I've not seen him in the Jurassic World films and stuff like that, but I have seen him in a fair bit. And memorably, this is probably the best I've seen him act in a movie. Some people say he's overacting. Can you overact if you're in a situation where you're being wrongly or rightly accused of killing your wife? You're gonna not react normally, like, do you know what I mean? So, but this is a really great film. It follows Chris Pratt being rightly or wrongly accused for killing his wife, and essentially he has 90 minutes to try and find a way to prove his innocence. And we're finding out whether she's innocent, whether she's the killer, or was it he the killer, or was it Chris that killed her? It's one of those, and it genuinely, because we are also finding out all of this information at the same time as him, like, we have no prior knowledge to the events that unfolded and what happened, and we are literally uncovering all of the secrets, the truths, the lies, as he finds out in real time. Like, it is literally quite that. So we had no kind of pre-existing thought process or idea of who it could be, and he's kind of finding out stuff, and you're going, oh yeah, she definitely did it. She definitely, like, you're definitely innocent, Chris. Like, it was definitely her. And then you go, oh, hold on, no, it's him. Oh wait, hold on, no, Chris, you did do it. Like, it's one of those things of it's genuinely, you don't know who it's going to be, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. But I always think that if I'm gripped from start to finish to a movie, it's done an insane job, like a really good job. And I thought this was such a unique film. The fact that we're kind of, the main focal point of this film is just him in a chair like this, and he has to somehow figure out a way to either confess that he did it or find a way to prove his innocence. And obviously I don't want to spoil anything, I don't want to spoil the plot, because that just defeats the whole point of these movie reviews. I like to keep them spoiler free, but it really is one of those, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen next. And whether that's because I haven't seen many of these films. Admittedly, I'm starting to have seen quite a lot more, but typically, people that are twice my age have probably seen triple the amount of movies that I've seen. So therefore I've seen a lot of films maybe that are similar to this, but I've never encountered a film with this sort of uniqueness to it before. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm not gonna lie, I know we're, what is it, the 24th of January as I'm recording this, and hopefully as it goes up, 24th of January, and I know we're only 24 days into 2026. At the moment, looking like this is my favourite film of the year thus far. Admittedly, Toy Story 5 hasn't released yet, so I can confidently say that this film will be knocked off by the time June comes around and Toy Story 5 gets released. But hey, there you go. That's Mercy. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend going and seeing it. People are saying that it's good to see it in 3D and 4DX and stuff like that. Personally, I don't see that. There are a few cool things where like graphics and screens are like floating around him, like could be quite cool, but I don't really think it would enhance this film personally. But you know, each to your own. But this is a great film. There's nothing more I can say about it without spoiling it and without kind of revealing more of the plot. But this is just a really well thought out film. I think they thoroughly thought out the way in which he potentially did do it or potentially didn't do it and the storyline. But I love the fact that it was a snappy storyline, like it literally was, because he had 90 minutes to try and prove his innocence or not prove his innocence and confess. He had 90 minutes, so we were like this, fact, suspects. Like it was just like that, and I love a film like that. I cannot stand 2-3 hour films that are so slow. The history of sound. But so a film like this where we're going rapid speed is what I want, and that is just, to me, amplifies the film because I'm so much more engaged. But yeah, there you go. Everything I've got to say on Mercy is in that movie review right now. Before I wrap up, as always, what do I rate out of 10? We were joining this DVD collection, which, by the way, this is not my entire DVD collection. They're all over the place. I had to move my room. Whoa! I had to move my room around a little bit, so there's only 2 here today. Anyway, will it be joined my collection? What do I rate out of 10? I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I'm contradicting a lot of people's reviews. Will it join my collection? Absolutely. Fingers crossed. It should get a movie review. Movie review? Oh, Brad. It should get a DVD release later in the year. Fingers crossed. If it does, it'll be joined in my collection. And as always, in the description below is the movie plot, a link to the movie trailer, as well as a link to my movie review playlist. Features every single movie I've ever done. More to come soon, including the history of sound. I'll talk all about that in a separate movie review, and hopefully I shall see you in another video. Fingers crossed, one of those movie reviews very soon.